Good evening, Philippines, coming to you live from the Baliwag Star Arena in Bulacan. This is ABS-CBN Sports live and exclusive coverage of the 2016-2017 season of the Asean Basketball League, and it is the playoffs. You're watching us on SNA with replays on SNA HD channel 166, worldwide via the Filipino channel, and on live streaming via sports.abs-cbn.com. This is game number 2 of your Alab Pilipinas going up against the Singapore Slingers, and the Slingers are ahead in the series 1-0. Good evening, folks. I'm TJ Manotok together with Marco Benitez. And Marco, it's do or die time for the Philippines, for Alab Pilipinas right now. And let's take a look back quickly at what happened in game number 1. Alab was in this one until the second quarter, where you saw Singapore pull away.
That is true, TJ. Good evening to everybody watching here on SNA and online. And this is going to be the first do or die match that Alab Pilipinas will be playing here in the ABL. Hopefully, it will not be the last, because a loss here means that they end their season having reached just the playoffs. This is for the Singapore Slingers, a veteran team already experienced here in the ABL, and like what you mentioned, they used their veteran maturity in that game against Alab Pilipinas last Sunday. Alab started out strong, but a 12-6 run in that first quarter, and then a 23-14, if I'm not mistaken, second quarter turned the tide around for the Singapore Slingers. Their biggest lead of that ball game was 15 points. Alab was able to bring it down to 11 points towards the end of the ball game, towards the fourth quarter. As you take a look at the stats there, there's a 23-15 second quarter, which really spelled the difference for the Slingers. And you take a look at the outside shooting, 31% from the three-point area for the Singapore Slingers. 20% for Alab is definitely not going to get it done.
Absolutely, you cannot get it done if you're only going to hit three-pointers, especially with a team that has a bunch of good shooters sprinkled around the penetrating game of Ray Parks and the new addition, of course, Keith Foraven. All right, we'll turn you over now to our Coliseum announcer for the official call-ins for both teams.
Okay, good evening, Hoop fans, and welcome to the Baliwag Star Arena in Bulacan, Philippines, as Game 2 of the Asean Basketball League 2016-2017 playoffs between the Singapore Slingers and your very own Alab Pilipinas takes center stage. And now let's call out the lineups of both teams. First, for the visiting Singapore Slingers. Number 2, Desmond O. Number 3, Josh Orbistondo. Number 5, Wong Weilong. Number 10, Leon Quip. Number 13, Tae Ding Liu. Number 15, Xavier Alexander. Number 17, Ong Hanbin. Number 18, Mitchell Folkoff. Number 23, Delvin Go. And number 55, Justin Howard. Their head coach is Nyo Beng Zhang, assisted by Michael Johnson. And now let's make way for your very own Alab Pilipinas! From Parañaque, number 9, IG King. From Manila, number 15, Anthony Gavieres. From Aklan, number 28, Hans Chile. From Zamboanga, number 17, Jens Nettel. From Pangasinan, number 18, Jovet Mendoza. From Isabela, number 21, Val Acuna. From Lantana, Florida, number 34, James Hughes. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, number 7, Samson Carter. From Bay Area, California, number 3, Lawrence Dominguez. From Bacolod City, number 8, Robbie Salas. From Parañaque, number 11, Jarek Fortuna. From Cagayan de Oro, number 6, J.R. Kawaling. From Laguna, number 0, Paulo Hubalde. From Iloilo, number 4, Kiefer Ravena. And from Parañaque, number 1, Ray Parks. Their head coach is Mac Kuan, assisted by Paulo Rivero and Japs Kuan. At this point, we'd like to request everyone to please all rise for the national anthems of both teams, starting off with the national anthem of Singapore. And now, the national anthem of the Philippines. You may now all be seated. Both teams may proceed to the center court for the pre-game handshakes.
All right, there you have it. Both teams called in and both national anthems have been sung. And in a few moments, we'll be tipping off game number 2 of this semi-final matchup. It's best of 3 between the Singapore Slingers and Alab Pilipinas. Let's take a closer look now, Marco, at Alab Pilipinas. And as everybody anticipated in that first game, it was the debut of Kiefer Avena. There was a lot of buzz around his inclusion to this team. About a month ago, he had to finish his commitment in the NBA D-League with the Texas Legends, where he's a developmental player. Then finally was able to come back and join the team right on time for the playoffs. And he did have a team by 16 points mark off the bench. What did you see in terms of how he was able to blend in as quickly as possible with his new team?
Well, I think even with the type of talent Kiefer has, there still has to be a period of adjustment here, because he was only able to practice for about 4 games with Alab Pilipinas. So you could see he still was trying to feel his way out with his teammates, especially in a big game, playoff game against the Singapore Slingers. Although he finished with 16 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, just 1 steal, 3 turnovers. There were still some instances where he was trying to find his teammates. As you see, take a look on your screens, as Bobby Ray Parks. He fell to injury in that third quarter, could not get back from that game. He had played just 15 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 4 assists, 3 turnovers. He was really hampered by the defense of the Singapore Slingers. Singapore Slingers, unlike the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, they don't like to push the ball in terms of tempo. They don't really press you full court the entire game, but they have solid half-court defense anchored on Justin Howard, Xavier Alexander, and they have great perimeter players, talking about Orbis Tondo, Wong Wei Long, and even Desmond O, who play great defense on the perimeter.
We'll get to the Slingers in a bit, but as you saw, Ray Parks had a really tough time. Twisted his ankle as well in that third quarter, and we're not sure how healthy he'll be in today's game. He is suited up for Alab Pilipinas. And let's go back to Kiefer Avena coming off the bench. Marco, as you said, it's not easy to just practice for 5 days and join a team. Although he did mention to me, I got to speak to him after his first practice. One bonus he has is he knows a lot of these guys, played with some of them, watched some of them playing growing up. So there's that familiarity, but it's different when you're actually playing a ball game.
Yes, and I would expect Kiefer to start this ball game out. As you see his numbers, once again, they're played almost 30 minutes. I would expect him to really start this ball game out, come out more aggressive. You would probably see more of that 2-man game between him and either James Hughes or Samson Carter. He'll be more aggressive, going to the basket, getting his shots, and of course getting his teammates, especially his shooters, JR Kawaling, Val Acuña, more involved, and with better high percentage shots under the basket as well for Domingo and even James Hughes.
Well, let's hear it from the man himself, how he was able to adjust after his first game with Alab Pilipinas. Our third member of our panel, Martin Javier, caught up with Kiefer earlier, and this is what he had to say.
We are here with the newest member this time for Alab Pilipinas, the phenom himself, Mr. Kiefer Avena. Good evening, Kiefer. And how does it feel to be representing the country once again, this time in the Asean Basketball League?
It feels great. It's another chance for me na ma-represent ko yung country. And it's a nice feeling for me to do it with these guys. A different batch of guys who I played against during college, and we're serving one goal right now, which is game 2, and at the same time representing Alab Pilipinas.
Okay, so nakapaglaro na kayo ng isang game, ikaw with the team. So can you give us a quick update on your chemistry with Alab Pilipinas right now?
Well, with chemistry-wise, I think it's getting better every day. Even though we have limited practices with me inside the lineup, pero it's more of the off-court things that made it easier. Knowing these guys already in the past made it a lot easier for me to adjust with Coach Mac's system. And ngayon, since we're on a do-or-die position, yung hunger namin as a team is at the highest level. We want to go back to Singapore to give ourselves a chance to enter the finals of the ABL.
Okay, lastly, Kiefer, what can we expect from the phenom in this do-or-die game against the Singapore Slingers?
Well, it's a do-or-die game, as you said. It might be our last game of the season, but we'll definitely try our best not to make it that way. Bibigay namin yung best namin ngayon in front of the home crowd, and go back to Singapore and have retribution or revenge back in Singapore for the Filipino people as well. So I know we're 110% from start to finish. Alab basketball all the way, and hopefully the Lord permits us to get this victory.
All right, thank you so much, Kiefer, and good luck tonight. Again, that is the phenom himself, Mr. Kiefer Avena.
That's Martin Javier. Thanks, Martin, as he caught up with Kiefer earlier. And Marco, you know, we've seen Kiefer in big games before in the UAP. He's not just a good player, he's not just a great player, he's performed in the clutch as well. He's won do-or-die games as well.
And I would think this is really where the type of situation where he really thrives. The game, they're behind their backs. They got it behind their backs, and time for him to really step up and take the lead here.
So it'll be interesting to see the newest guy in the team take the charge, take the lead, and really help them come out victorious here. All right, to switch things over now to the Singapore Slingers as we take a look at the X-Man, as they like to call him here. Xavier Alexander had a huge game for the Slingers at home, and he was really pretty much the guy who led the way for Singapore all throughout, Marco.
Well, he's not only the X-Man, he's also the X-Factor here for the Singapore Slingers. 26 points, 10 of 16 from the field, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. This guy is almost always on a triple-double watch. 3 steals, 1 block, and he poses a big defensive challenge here for Alab Pilipinas, especially since he was able to get to the basket almost at will and then distribute and create for Justin Howard and the other Singapore shooters.
All right, well, we're moments away from tip-off, Marco. We will see how Alab Pilipinas will make their adjustments in trying to stop or slow down Xavier Alexander here in game number 2, as we see the starting lineups being introduced right now at center court. And it's going to be interesting to see the options for Coach Makuan. We know that there are some guys who are not 100%, and we'll see how he will make those adjustments as well. Not just based on matchup, but also based on, you know, who's the best, healthiest players available on the court.
I think primarily, TJ, the key for Alab Pilipinas is going to be how they defend Justin Howard in the post, as well as Xavier Alexander, because Xavier Alexander likes to attack from the outside. As we take a look at the starting lineup here of Alab Pilipinas, you see Kiefer starting at point guard together with Hubalde, so they will alternate that point guard, those point guard duties. James Hughes also, Lawrence Domingo, Robbie Celis. You know, Robbie Celis, not the quickest, not the most athletic, but one of the highest basketball IQ players Coach Makuan has on his roster.
As we like to call it, madiskarte. Itong si Robbie Celis, so we'll see if that discarte will pay off today against the Singapore Slingers, as the all-important do-or-die game number 2 here in the semis. Unfamiliar territory, Marco, for Alab Pilipinas. This is a new team that was put together for this season. They've never been in a situation like this, and never been in the playoffs, and all the more, they've never been in a do-or-die scenario. They didn't have to do that to make it to the semis, and here they are now, and it's a true test. It's a big test for them as a team.
And I think one of the advantages is, of course, you're playing in front of your home crowd, so you have that sixth man, so to speak, cheering you on, especially since it's a do-or-die game. Hopefully they'll be able to come out more aggressive, get that energy from the Baliwag hometown fans, and really start out strong here, because we know you cannot afford to go down big against a veteran Singapore Slinger squad.
And here we go. Tip-off is done, and we're underway here at the Baliwag Star Arena, as Alab Pilipinas with first possession. Kiefer Avena breaks the ice. First 2 points for the phenom, and he looks aggressive right away, Marco.
Nice way to set up Kiefer Avena off the bat here. Handoff, and then a screen by James Hughes. 2-man game. Justin Howard not able to help out Mitchell Folkoff.
2-man game here between Alexander and Howard. Swings it around to Folkoff for 3, and that is even with the challenge in his face, or is a long 2 apparently, with Kiefer Avena.
Well, that's going to be big, because that's going to keep Kiefer Avena honest on defense.
Almost a turnover there. Shot clock is winding down to 12. Kiefer asking for a screen from Domingo. He's swinging around. Domingo goes hard at Devin Go. Off in that layup, as
we saw this lineup being used by Singapore in the last game. They're going big with Howard, Alexander, and Delvin Go to counter the smaller lineup of Alab Pilipinas.
The X-Man going strong against Domingo, partially blocked there, but there's a foul on the rebound play. Who's it going to go against?
It looks like it's going to go against Justin Howard.
Check out that first basket of Kiefer Avena. It looks difficult, but he likes those shots.
Yeah.
We know how Kiefer plays. He likes those runners, banked off the glass as Volkov took it right back with a three-pointer at the other end.
Looks like they're going to run the same play.
Kiefer again coming around the handoff and then the quick screen from Hughes. Pull-up jumper from 18 feet. That's off the mark. And Urbistondo lets that bounce out of bounds.
And the thing about Mitchell Volkov is he may not be as quick, but because he's heftier, he's able to use that body.
He's wide, Marco. Yeah. He's really wide. He's probably twice the thickness of Kiefer Avena. As Howard with a nice fake gets Hughes off balance, but loses possession. He gets it back. 4 seconds to shoot. Howard will have to put this up. His patented one-handed jump shot, or set shot rather.
And we know Justin Howard, not the quickest of big men, but he has a wide array of offensive weapons. That mid-range jumper, one of them.
Ubalde trying to look for a seam in the defense. Looks to Domingo, one-on-one against the bigger Howard. Pivoting around, can't find an angle to the basket. Ubalde pulls up for a jumper here. That's off, and Alexander is off to the races. To Urbistondo. It's a Volkov in the corner. They go back outside.
Watch.
Singapore again. They really like putting Howard at the top of the key, Marco.
Yep, and you notice how Kiefer backs off on Mitchell Volkov, getting him to take that three-point shot.
Celis goes to the other side. Difficult fadeaway, but that's something he can do. Nice bank shot there.
And good recognition there by Celis. He saw that he had the smaller man, really took him inside the paint.
Patient move by Celis. We're tied here at 4-all. Urbistondo for the corner three. That is nothing but net for the Phil-Am.
And you know, that is the reason why he was brought into the Singapore Slingers squad for his outside shooting, as Paulo Ubalde answers right back.
And credit that to Kiefer Avena with a quick assist from the inbound.
And the one thing that Alab also has to do, TJ, is they have to dictate the tempo here against the Slingers.
Urbistondo cleared off Ubalde, no call there. He got an open three but didn't get to make that basket. Celis to Hughes for the long two. That's off the mark. Singapore with a 1-point lead. They are pushing this ball. Urbistondo thought about the three, drives down the lane, kicks it out to the X-Man from the left wing. Howard to the offensive rebound. The putback is good.
This block out there from James Hughes. Better position there for Justin Howard. You know, Alexander not really known for his three-point shot, but he was making them in last game.
Kiefer zigzag down the lane, takes it out to Celis for three. Hughes with a big rebound. Fresh 14 for Alab. Ravena has Urbistondo hounding him. Gets a screen, pulls up. Three-pointers off, another long rebound for Alab.
A lot of standing around here for Alab Pilipinas, just watching Kiefer make his move.
Domingo gets away, quickly goes up against Howard, but the size of Howard still an intimidating force. Urbistondo quickly inside to Howard as he gets away, and Hughes just looks at his teammates and says, well, I have to pick up the ball. Someone has to pick up my man.
And that is the veteran smarts there of Urbistondo, drawing the defense of Hughes and then finding Howard streaking inside the paint.
11-6 now, 5-point lead for the visiting team. Kiefer Avena draws the foul, makes the basket, and one. As he's going to go for a three-point play opportunity, we send it over now back to Martin Avier for his first report. Martin?
Yes, the Alab Pilipinas is looking to bounce back tonight and force a rubber match against the Slingers on Sunday. According to Coach Makuan, there is no room for mistakes and they will have to play a perfect game tonight. Now, he also added that for them to secure a win, they have to lock down Xavier Alexander and Justin Howard. And with Kiefer Avena getting more acquainted and comfortable with the system of Coach Makuan, he expects his star along with the supporting cast, the local cast of Alab Pilipinas, to show up and contribute tonight. And we can also expect a lot of man-to-man defense and improve their transition offense from Alab Pilipinas. Now, just a quick update on the injured players for Alab. Jeric Fortuna will not be able to suit up and play as he is still nursing that elbow injury. As for Bobby Ray Parks Jr., he is suited up and he participated in the warm-ups earlier, but he has a game-time decision tonight. Back to you, TJ and Marco.
All right, it's a 3-point lead for the Singapore Slingers, and we'll find out in a bit more in this game if Parks does make an appearance. We got a timeout, folks. We'll be back right here in your ABL. Welcome back to the Baliwag Star Arena. This is game 2 of the ABL semifinals between Alab Pilipinas and the Singapore Slingers. One key guy, Marco, for the Singapore Slingers in game number 1 is this guy, their heritage import, Josh Urbistondo.
And you know, in 5 games for the Singapore Slingers, he's averaging 8.4 points per game, 34% from the field, close to 30% from the 3-point area. You know, he provides a lot of maturity, a lot of leadership. He's also a great defender in the perimeter, and he relieves Wong Wei Long of having to play that point guard spot, allows Wong Wei Long to spot up for more open 3-point shots.
Well, he's a veteran, and he brings that veteran presence to the squad, Marco, as you said. And we'll see, amidst his size, he's undersized most of the time. As you see, Celis attack his defense right there. So, second time around that the smaller Urbistondo was posted up by the bigger Robbie Celis.
The reason for that, DJ, is the adjustment by Coach Neo Beng Shang, putting Xavier Alexander on Kiefer Ravena. So Ravena quick to find the mismatch in Robbie Celis against Urbistondo.
Desmond O is now in the game as well, as Alexander tries to get away. Difficult shot there. And Howard easily getting an offensive rebound. Desmond O, strong to the basket, gets a foul on the drive, and this will be downstairs, says the refs.
Acuna getting beat there off the dribble.
Only a 1-point lead for the Singapore Slingers, and there's Acuna trying to snatch it from behind.
The reason why Acuna is coming out hard, because Desmond O has proven that he has that 3-point shot in his pocket.
Urbistondo fakes off Kiefer Ravena, got the baseline and the foul. No continuation, as this is going to be another side out of bounds. There's a reach in by Ravena.
Good move as well from Urbistondo. No, normally is a spot-up 3-point shooter, changing it up a bit against Kiefer.
Well, if he's giving up something on his defensive side, he's going to take advantage with his speed here on the offensive side.
Remember, this guy is a PBA veteran, so definitely has a lot of moves and a lot of experience.
And that's not good news for Alab Pilipinas. That's 2 quick fouls for Ravena.
Hand check there.
So knowing the smart veteran that Urbistondo is, Marco, you won't be surprised if he's going to try to keep attacking the defensive Kiefer now.
Trying to be aggressive against his defender, making Kiefer work on defense.
As Coach Neo Beng Xiang of the Singapore Slingers on your screens a moment ago. So Urbistondo missing both free throws though.
There's that matchup with Alexander. Oh, so they change it up. Desmond O now back to Alexander.
Kiefer, nice pass inside. Beautiful execution on the double high screen. And roll with Domingo getting the layup. They're ahead now, 12-11.
Yep. Great execution there, confusing the defense of Singapore because of the multiple screens.
Alexander got the switch and the double team. That left Delvin Cole open all alone, but he missed the jumper and his own follow-up. Good catch-up defense there by Hughes. Ravena. Down low to Celis against the smaller Desmond O. But Singapore right back at them. 4-on-2 break. Desmond O to Xavier Alexander, still trying to look for his first field goal of the match, and this time he draws a foul from Domingo.
You have to give credit though to Lawrence Domingo. Getting down on defense would have been an automatic dunk there for Alexander. Here's that play once again. Great find from Kiefer to Domingo.
No look pa pala yun. Nice no look pass there. To the other side here. Nice extra pass by Singapore. Draw the foul. And they're going back to the pick and roll execution marker with Kiefer Avena. That's going to be interesting to watch. I mean, we know Kiefer spent the last, I'd say 6 or 7 months in the U.S. Training with the Texas Legends and with some, very high-profile skills coaches as well. The pick and roll game is the American game.
Yes.
Okay, and we'll see if he's really learned a lot from them, and really, how to execute them, how to read those pick and roll situations.
Especially when the guys there are playing at probably 10 times the speed, or 5 to 10 times the speed, and they're longer, more athletic. So that will definitely help him out here, where his opponents are a little smaller, probably not as athletic.
Well, in the 3 instances, he's run a pick and roll. He's scored twice, and he's assisted once so far. So we'll see how that continues. But he's taking a break right now on the bench. So we'll see how Alab will adjust who their offense will focus on right now, as Lutel is in the game for Kiefer Avena.
One and done for Alab Pilipinas. Singapore doing a great job on the glass.
Ray Long Wong is now in the game as well for the Slingers, former MVP.
Yep. You can be sure he's going to be ready to shoot, as referee calling a hand check foul. So
Calling it pretty tight, Marco. Even the small hand checks that maybe arguably not necessarily losing advantage, but Jens Lutel is selling that a bit there.
we've seen a lot more contact than that go. Leon Kwek also checks into the game. Another respectable shooter here for Singapore.
Looking for Kawali to pop out. Kawali gets a screen from Carter. The roll, the layup is strong. Really tough to get that over the long, outstretched arms of Howard. On the other end, Alexander in a hurry. Kicks it around. Open shot there for Desmond O in the left corner. That is long.
Good job by Kawali to challenge that shot.
Kawali begging for the ball against a smaller Desmond O. They're going to try to attack the smaller guys at the post again. Kawali, turn around, off the glass, long. Hughes could not get that offensive board. Alexander gets around the defense, easy layup there.
And there you see the versatility of Xavier Alexander, getting the rebound himself and finishing the break on his own against multiple Alab defenders.
And Alab bigs are a little slow to get down there, Mark. Be the rim defender, please. Hughes, 15-footer, rattles in and out. It's a 3-point lead for the Slingers, 15-12.
And this is the matchup you're going to be watching here. Samson Carter against Xavier Alexander.
Look at the ball movement and the patience of the Slingers as another screen gives an open jumper for Xavier Alexander. It's only a 5-point deficit, but Coach Makuan does not want this to get out of hand right away. He calls another timeout. Stick around here for your ABL. Welcome back to the Baliwag Star Arena in Bulacan, and this is game number 2 of the Singapore Slingers versus Alab Pilipinas, who have their backs against the wall. It's a do-or-die game for them. Marco, decent games for James Hughes and Samson Carter, but they need more than decent games.
They're going to need a lot more than that. Right now, you should see the numbers: 13 points, 11 rebounds for Hughes, 9 and 9 for Samson Carter. Right now, they are still scoreless, both players. It's James Hughes with 6 rebounds. Samson Carter still has to get a rebound, so they have to be more aggressive here. And I think it's very important for Samson Carter to impose himself, especially on the defensive end, because he's picking up Xavier Alexander, and we know that Xavier Alexander has been really aggressive here to start out the ballgame. 6 points already, 1 rebound, 2 assists for the X-Man.
And you see how they will adjust defensively as so far. Alexander causing a steal here and completing it.
careless pass there from Acuna.
Swings it to the other side. Singapore's got a bunch of shooters on the floor right now. Wei Long Wong inside to Howard. Outside to the X-Man. A couple of dribbles inside the three-point line. Nothing but net from 17 feet.
And it's a smaller lineup here for Alab Pilipinas. That's why they went to a 2-3 zone. Alexander makes the another turnover here.
Back to back, careless passes as Kwek gets away for the easy two. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Marco, it's a 9-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for the Slingers, 21-12.
This is what killed Alab Pilipinas. 15 turnovers in game 1 of the playoffs. Led to 16 turnover points.
Carter. His 15-foot jumper is good this time. Howard giving him the space to take that shot.
And this is where he has the advantage, playing from the outside against the bigger and slower Justin Howard.
Final seconds of the quarter. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good for Wei Long Wong, and into the disgust of Mac Guan.
Miscommunication on defense. They were in a 2-3 zone, but it was Jens Dutel at the bottom of that zone picking up Wong Wei Long. Open three-point shot for the skipper of the Singapore Slingers.
That's not the guy you want to leave wide open. It was a big run to end this first quarter. Now they are up by 10. The Singapore Slingers, 24-14. We'll be back here for your ABL. Some of the landmarks here at Baliwag, Bulacan. The iconic clock tower, and as well as the Baliwag Municipal Hall. Gracious hosts for Alab Pilipinas once again here, and an all-important do-or-die game for the home team. The Slingers up by 10, 24-14, and that is bad news for Alab Pilipinas. Kiefer Avena just came in the game, came back in the game after a long rest, picks up his third foul right away, Marco.
And that was a smart play there by Leon Kwek. Up fake, one dribble, draws the foul from the Phenom, and everything going the way of the Singapore Slingers right now.
Quickly, Coach Nakuan has no choice but to pull out Kiefer Avena once again to avoid picking up his fourth foul earlier in the second quarter. Corner jumper for Wei Long Wong is long, but Howard there, towering head and shoulders over Domingo and Samson Carter. If you're not going to box him out, then first of all, that's a difficult thing to do. You're this size.
Yep. Just overpowering the front line of Alab Pilipinas. A smaller lineup here for Alab Pilipinas.
Domingo finds a way to get that floater over Howard, and finally answering for Alab Pilipinas after a long dry spell. We'll back down low to Howard against the smaller Samson Carter. Double team. Singapore quickly swinging that ball around. Corner jumper is good for Kwek.
And you see how Desbono quickly hit Leon Kwek after the kick out from Justin Howard. That's how experienced and how well Singapore moves the ball around.
Well-oiled machine in terms of moving that ball. Bobby Celis. Out to Ubalde. Almost stepped out of bounds. Ubalde pulls up for three. That's off. Domingo battling for the rebound. He gets it and kicks it in.
That's just all effort there from Lawrence Domingo. Trying to keep Alab Pilipinas in this game.
Back to a 10-point lead for the Slingers. They go down the well once again to Howard. They repost him against Samson Carter. And Howard, the flip is up. It's out. Ball tapped out of bounds by Domingo, so it's a fresh 14 for the Slingers as Hughes is now back in the game. Give a breather for Pierre Kawada.
Just admire the patience here for the Singapore Slingers. They saw that it was Domingo doubling Howard in the post. Alexander cuts to the other side. Wong Wei Long re-enters to the post to Justin Howard. Single coverage.
With patience indeed, and reading what the defense is giving them. Howard hands it off the wall. Gets it right back. Puts it on the floor against Hughes. Another travel. Nope. It's a foul. Everybody in the gym thought it was a travel, like what he did earlier.
You have to admire the footwork here of Justin Howard. He looks this. Actually, might have been a travel. Those small steps.
Little steps there.
He has almost perfected that art in the ABL.
Howard's free throw is long, and he taps it to his teammates, and it's a 4-point swing in that possession.
Singapore just winning the 50-50 ball. Here's a 1-2-2 full court press.
They're working harder as well, Marco.
Yeah.
Up by 14 big points now. Sen is almost getting that basket in as he's doing everything he can. Alexander slips, and he gets hit inadvertently by Ubalde. He's still down, slow to get up. Foul there had to be given up by Wei Long Wong to make sure that Alexander gets back on defense.
Good smart foul there from Wong Wei Long. Look at sequence once again. There's a slip by...
And it gets the shoulder to the side of the head.
So still up by 14 points.
Well, Alab Pilipinas is down by 14 points. Let's find out from Martin Abiel what's happening on the sidelines. Martin?
Coming up from their commanding Game 1 win, the Singapore Slingers are looking to close things out tonight. Now after the game, Coach Liao Bengxiang had high praises for his players, saying everybody stuck with the game plan and contributed to the win. Now going into tonight's game against Alab Pilipinas, in the do-or-die game against Alab, his players, he wants his players to have the same amount of intensity and keep that level of play all throughout the game. Now we can also expect the running game to be in full display along with some hard-nosed defense against Alab Pilipinas tonight. Back to you, TJ and Marco.
All right, thanks for that update, Martin. Indeed, Slingers have come to play very sharp. They're the ones who look like they're desperate for a win right now, Martin.
Very sharp, very composed, and executing really well on both ends of the floor. And we've got good shooters on the floor with Urbis Tondo, Wong Wei Long, Leon Kwek. Arguably this is the strongest five for the Singapore Slingers, I would think.
Balance of attack. Slashers, post-up player, three-point shooters sprinkled all around them as well. Alab Pilipinas still has yet to see Rodney Parks Jr. Remember, he sprained his ankle in game number 1. His status for this game is unknown. It's a game-time decision. Ravenna on the bench with 3 personal fouls.
Alab Pilipinas shooting just 37% from the field, while the Slingers are at a high 58%.
Restondo with a nice 2-man game there, pick and roll or pick and pop with Howard for another jumper.
A simple basketball, DJ, just reading the defense that Alab Pilipinas gives them, making their jumpers.
Ubalde inside to Carter, gets the reverse layup. Nice execution there, Marco.
Let's hope to see. Let's see if Alab Pilipinas can produce a lot more of that.
Singapore up by 14 points. They go down inside to Howard. Quickly outside to Alexander. That ball is moving really fast. Wong missing on the jumper. Last touch. It is last touch by Howard, and it's going to go back to Alab Pilipinas.
That time Alab Pilipinas using a 2-3 zone, but Singapore able to move the ball well. Looks like it was either off of James Hughes or Justin Howard.
Out close. Ubalde using a screen of Hughes once again. This time he goes straight to the basket and gets a foul from Long Wong, if I'm not mistaken, this is foul number 2. The former MVP.
It's a nice alignment there coming from Alab Pilipinas. James Hughes setting the screen at the top of the key. And Samson Carter in the low block on the weak side.
Actually, Marco, this is the 3rd foul of Long Wong. So that's an interesting positive development for Alab Pilipinas as he sits down on the bench now.
Let's see if they can take advantage. But you know, with Urbistondo on the floor, they do not lose much in terms of playmaking. And
almost a steal there by Carter. Aggressive attempt on a steal. The refs called the body check as well.
Sam Carter averages about a steal per ball game, so trying to play the passing lanes right there. There's a need for Alab Pilipinas to try to impose their defense on the Singapore Slingers to try to push the tempo. Force turnovers.
Singapore trying to match up and align properly to attack this 2-3 zone of Alab Pilipinas. Urbistondo, right wing 3. That's off. Hughes gets the rebound. Better box out there against Howard that time around. Setting straight to the basket. Erased there by Howard.
Good help side defense there from Justin Howard. Way to get back in transition.
That's what you need, Marco, if you're Alab Pilipinas. No Kiefer Avena yet, no Bobby Ray Parks. Someone's got to attack the basket. Hughes back to Acuna. Acuna, pick and roll, nice passing Hughes. Beautiful setup there.
Something Alab needs to do more of that two-man game with James Hughes rolling to the basket.
Looking to the other side, the lead is down to 11. Hughes is faked off by Howard. He gets away. Alab's whole bench begging for another traveling call.
Looks like he got away with that one, but you know, if you're James Hughes, there's no reason for you to bite on that jump fake, that shot fake.
Especially if you want to try to block that jump shot. It's really tough anyways. You might as well just put a hand up. Acuna goes for 3.
Especially with the length of James Hughes.
And how high he releases the shot as well. It's really tough to try and block it. Urbistondo to Alexander, swooping to the basket.
Goes back to one. Forced to call another timeout here.
Down by 15 points once again is Alab Pilipinas. And they call a timeout. We'll be back here on SNA. Well, that was a nice pick and roll two-man game of Alab Pilipinas, and on the other end, Howard gets Hughes off his feet. Let's count the steps, Marco. There's the dribble. One, two, three.
Yeah, I think the referees missed that one.
It's normally 2.5 that you can take for a layup like that.
But that one is unforgivable. That weak side cut from Xavier Alexander, as we see Joe Devance enjoying the game here in Baliwag.
He made the trip out here to support some of his buddies on Alab Pilipinas as well. As you see another guy so far unavailable to play tonight with an hyperextended elbow. That's the back of Jared Fortuna.
Just to give you an idea of what Alab Pilipinas is missing with Ray Parks sideline, he is their #1 scorer, averaging about 19 points per game and 7 rebounds, 4.2 assists. So that is a lot of production that is absent right now so far.
Now Marco Kiefer Avena is back in the game, which Makuan could not handle it anymore. He needs the offense of Kiefer Avena. Trying to save the ball there. And that's out of bounds for the Slingers. He's got to be really careful. He's got 3 fouls. She was almost getting a ticket.
And you know, DJ, even if Howard was not able to block the shot, just did enough to change the shot of keeper Avena, make him think twice, put it a little higher off the glass, causing him to miss.
Howard with a cutting Urbistondo. He gets it back in the corner. Quet takes off Ubaldo, takes a step inside. Nice bank shot. Reminiscent of Derek's dad.
That is correct.
Freddy Ubaldo will take those floaters off the glass.
Such a simple but effective move for Leon Quet.
Oh, almost a follow slam there for Hughes. Quet in a hurry. Urbistondo is swinging out. Desmond 0 for 3. Bang! That's a big one.
Big shot there. Lead is up to 20 points, and off an Alab Pilipinas miss. Singapore looks to run, and that 3-point shot in transition.
Avena puts up a 3-pointer here. One and done there for Alab. Singapore quick to the other side. Urbistondo out to Desmond 0. Another 3 on the way. That is long. Domingo with the rebound. They're looking to push. Ubaldo looking for the trailer. Want to go to Domingo's, guarded by the much smaller Urbistondo. They go to Hughes. 15-foot jumper there. Rare time that Howard's off.
Yeah. I think he's a little bit fatigued here with 2-4.
With all the running back and forth.
Howard and Alexander have not seen the bench, has played the entirety of this first half.
Alexander thought about the 3. Kicks it around to Quet. He's got more capable 3-point shooters on the other side. Avena to Ubaldo. Draws contact and there's a foul.
That's going to be a blocking foul on Desmond. Oh, good call by the referee. He was still moving.
Yep. Too late there to try to draw the charge. Desmond. Oh, picks up his first foul. Mitchell Volkov is back in the game.
So far, Singapore has outscored Alab Pilipinas 19-11 here in the second quarter. It was 24-14 in the first, so they've done a great job limiting Alab's production.
And at the same time, pouring it on. Remember, this run of Singapore started around middle of the first quarter. That's actually about the time Kiefer Avena picked up his 2 quick fouls as well. So that has something to do with this run of Singapore when we saw Kiefer go to the bench. Urbistondo is in a hurry. He gets by everybody. Open jumper for Quek like it's a round-robin setup. And looking too easy now for Singapore, Marco.
And you see how Urbistondo dictates the tempo, puts pressure on the defense, sucks the defense in, and finds his open shooter from that corner jumper.
Hughes looking for Ubaldo with the handoff. Ubaldo tries to go quick off the glass. Domingo with the offensive rebound, but couldn't get the putback to go.
Alab just can't buy a basket here.
Urbistondo again to Quek. That's taken away by Kiefer Avena. He pulls up from 14 feet. That's short. Remember, he's been on the bench for quite some time, so he's cold as well.
And the intimidation provided by Xavier Alexander.
Big 20-point lead by the Singapore Slingers. It wasn't even this big in game number 1. Volkov with a cut. There's a 3-second violation there on Howard as he stayed in the paint too long.
Singapore just breaking down that 2-3 zone by Alab Pilipinas, making the defense react to their passes.
Minute to go here in the first half. We got another timeout. We'll be back here on SNA. That's the former MVP of the Singapore Slingers, Wei Long Wong, who does have 3 fouls right now, but he has contributed 3 points so far.
that first game, it was him and Delvin Go provided the spark for the Slingers. 11 points, 2 of 6 from the three-point area. Delvin Go 12 points, 6 of 11 from the field. He was actually the surprise package off the bench. But today, Wei Long Wong has not been missed because of his 3 personal fouls, and Josh Urbistondo's stellar play for the Slingers.
You can't really judge Urbistondo's contributions by just 3 points. He's got only 3 points. Just 2 free throws earlier, but beyond that, the way he's just controlled this ball game, Marco, for the Slingers has been one of the biggest reasons why they're up by this big.
2 rebounds and
with a gorgeous reverse layup against the 7-foot Howard.
Let's see if that gets Alab Pilipinas pumped here. They need a major spark to close out the second quarter.
45-27. Singapore patiently moving it around. Howard is swinging around. Wet, really high moving runner there, trying to go over Hughes. In and out. Out of another possession here. Could be the last possession of the half. Ravenna gets a screen from Domingo. He pulls up from 14 feet. That's nothing but net. Back-to-back baskets from Kiko Ravenna, trying to pump up his team and this crowd.
And Urbistonda is going to settle his troops down for the last possession of the first half. Alab needs a stop here.
6 seconds. Alexander against Hughes inside. He gets that off the glass. And that'll do it for the first half. 47-29. Some signs of life from Alab Pilipinas from Kiko Ravenna on his own. Some fancy moves in the paint. And as well a jumper to end the offense on a high note, Marco.
Yep. Although Singapore was able to answer right back to close out the first half. Strong drive by Xavier Alexander against 2 Alab defenders.
Well, it still is a big 18-point lead staring the Alab Pilipinas in the face. Can they pull out a big comeback in the second half? We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with some highlights and statistics here at the half. Keep it here on SNA.
We are here with the newest member of the Singapore Slingers, the fireball himself, Mr. Josh Urbistondo. Now, good evening, Josh. And my first question is, how does it feel to be playing here again in Philippine soil, now against a Filipino team in the Asean Basketball League?
Well, first off, it feels, really exciting. My family and friends, and coming back home, it's been a while since I've left home for this long before, but it feels so exciting to be back. On the other end, it feels a little weird, a little awkward coming in and playing for a different team against a Filipino team, But all in all, it's just going to be. We're just here to make it exciting for the fans, and it's just happy to be back home here in the Philippines.
All right, so given the limited time you had, because you were a late addition to the season, I understand. So given that limited time, how were you able to adjust to the system of Coach Neo Bengxiang?
The guys, the teammates, and the guys around here, around the team, they've just been making the transition so much easier for me, and that's been a great help. The Slingers, in the past too, they're known for being a systematic team, and Coach has his expectations of each players and the role that they run, and so me to come in, I didn't really have to do much. Being the point guard, I just want to bring the leadership and the experience that I had, the 8 years I played in the PBA, and I just wanted to, come out and just help the guys in any way I can. And like I said, it's a system that we play. It's not like another team where I just have to go out. The Heritage Import has to go out, score all these points, or do anything. No, I just got to get in where I fit in, got to contribute in any way that I can. And my teammates have made that transition very easy. And so I just want to, being the point guard and the older guy on the team, I just want to bring experience to the team and just help the young guys.
All All right, so how did you guys prepare lastly? How did you guys prepare for Alab Pilipinas in Game 2 of your semifinal matchup tonight?
Well, it's a do-or-die game for them, and we just have to. We can't relax. It's a best-of-3 series, and obviously we don't want to go home for a Game 3 in Singapore. We just got to match their intensity. We know they're gonna come out, with just their backs against the walls, and they're just gonna leave it all out there on the floor. And we just have to match that intensity and match that aggressiveness that they bring, and hopefully that Slingers can come out with the win tonight.
All right, thank you so much, Josh, and good luck with the game. Again, that is the fireball, Josh Urbistondo, rather, of the Singapore Slingers. We are back here in your Asean Basketball League, and we are also live here in Baliwag Star Arena. And right now, we are with the mayor of Baliwag, Bulacan, Mayor Ferdy Estrella. Mayor, good evening to you. Good evening, and of course, first off, how did the people react when you guys learned that you will be hosting Game 2 of the semifinal matchup, the playoffs of the ABL?
Yes, Martin. When I posted the invites at my Facebook page, my constituents were very excited, and in fact, many of my constituents texted me and they were asking for tickets, and so we're very happy that Game 2 will be held here in Baliwag Star Arena.
Just curious, Mayor, how important are these kinds of sporting events for the city of Baliwag, Bulacan?
Yeah, it is very important because I really want my constituents, most especially the young kids, to see these kinds of events here in our gym, so that they will be motivated and they will be inspired that someday they could also play in these kinds of leagues.
All right, thank you so much, Mayor, and good luck. And again, thank you for letting us host here in Baliwag Star Arena. Again, that is Mayor of Baliwag, Bulacan, Mayor Ferdy Estrella. Back to you, TJ and Marco.
All right, thanks, Martin, and again, thank you to the City Bulacan, of course, for Baliwag Bulacan, for allowing us to be here again for the all-important game number 2 of the Alab Pilipinas going up against the Singapore Slingers. But Marco, when you look back at the scoreboard, reality check, it's a big one. They're down by 18 big points.
And the Slingers have so far kept this Baliwag crowd quiet here, especially in that second quarter. As you take a look at the stats, field goals, percentage-wise, it's 58% compared to 35% for Alab Pilipinas. Alab has yet to hit a 3-point shot, while the Slingers are 3 out of 9. Assists also in favor of the Singapore Slingers, as well as rebounding. Turnovers, though, Alab was able to force the Slingers to 4 turnovers, although they've only scored 4 points off turnovers. Steals in favor of the Slingers, and pretty much the defense has really been locked down in favor of the Singapore Slingers. They've limited the offensive rebounding and second chance points of Alab Pilipinas to just 4 second chance points. And Kiefer Avena is really going to need a lot more support from guys like Samson Carter, James Hughes, if they want to get back in this game. Nobody in double figures for Alab Pilipinas.
Well, the interesting thing for Kiefer Avena, he survived not picking up his 4th foul. He has 3 fouls, but he only played 11 minutes.
Yeah.
So he'll be a little bit more fresh for the second half if he's going to want to give everything he's got, at least on the offensive end, to try to create some things and find ways to score. But defensively, Marco, how are they going to stop the offensive juggernaut that is the Singapore Slingers? They've got so many weapons.
It's a very tough task here. They tried to go man-to-man, only for the Singapore Slingers to try to pound it down to Justin Howard. They've tried to go 2-3 zone, but the ball movement of the Singapore Slingers was excellent in that second quarter. So they're probably going to have to mix it up, probably try to force the ball into the hands of somebody who's not as good a shooter as probably a Leon Kwek or a Wong Wei Long or a Josh Urbistondo. Probably force Xavier Alexander to take more shots from the outside and not allow them to dump it down to Justin Howard.
And one problem as well in transition is Urbistondo leading the break more often than not, and they might want to try to get the ball out of his hands as well. So we'll find out how they can make an adjustment. I noticed, Marco, you mentioned 0 for 6 from three-point territory at the start of the game. We took note of the 20% three-point shooting they had in game 1, and we said that's not enough. And now it's 0 for 6.
Correct.
Obviously, they got to find ways to get some outside shots to drop. If not, Howard is just going to park in the paint and give them trouble at the basket.
Let's see what type of adjustment Alab Pilipinas makes as we get ready to check back for the third quarter.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, third quarter action here at your ABL. More minutes of action in game number 2 of the semi-final matchup between Alab Pilipinas and the Singapore Slingers, who are ahead in this series 1-0. Alab with their backs against the wall in a do-or-die match, and they're down by 18 big points to start the second half.
And you know what was interesting, TJ, was before the end of that first half, as the Alab Pilipinas was heading back to the locker, Kiefer Avena talking to his teammates at mid-court, trying to egg them on, going to and pump them up going into that halftime locker room. So let's see if they come out strong here in the third.
Possession in the third quarter for Alab Pilipinas, and we're underway as they start out with Robaldes, Celis, Domingo, Hughes, and Ravena. Interestingly, Carter is on the bench to start the third quarter. Ravena gets a screen from Domingo. Swinging around, Celis drives baseline, gets away from Howard there.
A great patience there from Alab Pilipinas, moving the ball from right to left. Strong drive from Robbie Celis.
Interesting decision, Marco, for Coach Mac going to go with Celis and Domingo together at the same time, and putting Carter on the bench to start the third quarter.
Small lineup here for the white shirts, while Singapore countering with their tallest lineup of Alexander, Delvin Go, and Justin Howard.
Celis once again, this time follows Fran by Hughes. Back-to-back basket for Alab Pilipinas, and quickly Coach Neil Bencham of Singapore does not like what he sees, and he wants to call a timeout as their lead has been chopped down to 6 to only 14 points as compared to a high of 20 earlier. So we'll be taking a quick break as everybody here in the gym hopes Alab can keep this momentum. Check out the back-to-back baskets of Alab Pilipinas, courtesy of Robbie Celis. The first layup, the second one, his drive. He got two defenders to check him, and that left Hughes wide open for this two-hand flush for the 4 quick points of Alab Pilipinas.
I was also going to say, credit half that basket to Robbie Celis because of his aggressive. Full court pressure, 2-1 here for Alab.
Let's see if the speed and hustle of that combination of Domingo and Celis can pay off with the gamble of putting Carter to come off the bench in the third quarter. Big block there by Hughes on Howard. 5 seconds to shoot.
Good move there by Coach Neil Bangshan to try to go to their money man, but better defense coming from James Hughes.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Howard knows it, fakes off Hughes. Another block this time by Domingo. And luckily for Singapore, they still have 1 second on the shot clock.
Good help there from Ubalde and Domingo covering up for the mistake of James Hughes.
The crowd is alive here in Bulacan. Quick inbound. Urbis Tondo does not get it off in time. Good call by the ref. He still faked. He faked off Ubalde. So with that fake, you don't have enough time to finish it off with 1 second on the clock.
Good stop there for Alab Pilipinas. Here's that move once again. The
First block.
Yep.
2 clean blocks by Alab Pilipinas on the big man. Look at that. This one actually is Ubalde apparently. The block is from behind.
Effort there.
Interesting choice for Coach McDoran to put his energy guys to start the third quarter. Domingo straight to the basket. Did not get that against Xavier Alexander.
Gotta get a stop here.
Urbis Tondo, let's see if he can stamp his control of the second half as he did in the first half. Traveling called on Howard. Something that Alab Pilipinas is begging for a couple of plays against Howard in the first half.
That shuffle fake there from Justin Howard. Referees paying closer attention to that move.
Celis goes hard against Quet once again. Denied by Howard. Shot clock is at 10. Kiefer gets a screen from Hughes. Kiefer. Nice pass inside to Domingo. What a play! And the run is alive. It's only a 12-point game now.
That was almost all Kiefer there, drawing the defense.
Singapore goes down low to Howard again. He is getting really frustrated as he draws a foul now from James Hughes. We turn you over now to Martin Rivera to find out what happened in the locker room at the half. Martin?
Yes, CJ, during halftime, a very frustrated Coach McDoran faced Alab Pilipinas, but he's stressed out. This is not yet over, and they're still in this game. In the second half, he reiterated on tightening up the defense and not allowing easy shots against the Singapore Slingers. So speaking of Singapore, you just have to maintain this level of play, keep pushing the ball, and of course, continue employing that 1-2-2 press going into the second half. Back to you, TJ and Marco.
Thanks, Martin, and definitely the energy of Coach McDoran has rubbed off on his boys here in the second half as Singapore is still scoreless, except Howard finding a bit of silence there with that free throw.
First free throw conversion from Justin Howard. Second personal foul though for James Hughes.
Celis gets away from Greg, trying to get away from Alexander as well. Ubalde. Handoff to Domingo. Spins around from Greg. What a move! And another basket for Domingo.
And this is what Domingo and Robbie Celis are in the game for. That energy, that movement, the aggressiveness to go to the basket.
They go inside again, but taken away by Hughes. Another steal to Alab Pilipinas.
That's great defense from James Hughes.
Keeper asking for the high screen. Gets around Wong. Tough fadeaway. No good. That would have brought the house down if he got that one down to single digits. It just was a 20-point lead. Alexander gets away, throws it down. Posterizing Domingo there. What a slam by the X-Man.
And no help inside the paint coming from James Hughes. Here's that drop pass from Kiefer Avena, but that slam from James Hughes, from Xavier Alexander rather.
This is a weird insult. He did not drop down and play some help defense there. We want him to do that. Now Domingo has to go to the bench with 3 fouls.
Especially DJ, because it was Hughes' man who set that pick.
Right.
Justin Howard was the one who screened off Domingo. That's why he had a hard time.
At the very least, if you're not going to switch, show. Lucky break for Alab, though. The 3-point play was not converted. Still a 13-point lead for the Slingers. Settings. To Carter for 3. That's off. Big hustle more there by Hughes. Settings again against Quet. Inside to Carter. He gets blocked by Howard. Ball is still alive. He touched the glass. It's off the red shirt. Stays with Alab.
6 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's that sequence once again. Nowhere to go for Samson Carter.
5 seconds to shoot. Ravenna knows it. He gets away, gets a foul. Almost gets the floor to the drop.
And that is going to be the 4th personal foul on Wong Wei Long.
Right, so he's similar to keeper. He's coming back in after having foul trouble and picking up some quick fouls. So the 4-minute DP, Wei Long won. Wasn't in the game very long.
Good recognition, of course, from Kiefer Ravenna. He's going to hit the line for 2 free throws. Ravenna just 8 points in the ball game.
But he does have a bunch of assists as well already. 3 assists to Kiefer Ravenna. First free throw is good. How do you like this, Marco, for Alab that they make a run at the start of the 3rd quarter right away, jumping back into the score?
That's very critical, because if they waited towards the end of the 3rd quarter, probably would have used up a lot of energy already, and much less time to really mount a run and mount a comeback.
It's an 11-point game. It was once at 20. Urbistondo with a cut, blocked there by Carter, but the ref saw a foul.
Good reaction there from Samson Carter providing the help, but it was a foul.
Nice big cut there by the veteran, Phil Am.
So they called the foul on Paulo Ubalde. Urbistondo with just 3 points, like what you mentioned, make that 4, but 5 assists already to go along with 2 rebounds.
Joshua Urbistondo, very fundamentally sound. Very stable point guard. Books the 2 free throws there. Ups the lead again of Singapore to 13, 53-39.
Remember, DJ, this was about the distance that Singapore kept Alab Pilipinas throughout the entirety of the 2nd half. And Urbistondo forces another turnover there for Paulo Ubalde.
Good tap from behind, forcing a bobble on the dribble by Ubalde. Urbistondo inside to Howard. He's got Hughes. Oh, the ball slipped out of his hands. Ravenna quickly out to Settings. Settings straight to Gwen. No foul called. Hughes says, let's wait for some help. This is the jumper. Carter cannot get the easy put back in.
Sorry, missed there on the part of Samson Carter.
Carter has not been his usual self.
4 points for Samson Carter in this game. Here's that quick jumper and almost put back from.
Yep. Of course, you'd always be wary with Howard in your vicinity.
Always in the back of your head.
52-39, nearing the halfway mark of the 3rd quarter. Howard, tough jumper in the face of Hughes. Big rebound again for Celis. Straight to Hughes. To Ravenna. Gets another foul there from Desmond all this time. So Kiefer playing it smart, drawing the foul.
Yeah. Actually turned out to be a good foul for Desmond because it would have been easy 2 points for Samson Carter under the basket. Here's Hotel checking in for Paulo Ubalde.
Kiefer against Desmond. Step back, 3-pointer, tough shot. It's an air ball. Out of bounds, last touch. They say, or the refs say it was on Alab's player. Domingo is back in the game now. He's got 3 fouls. He gives James Hughes a breather here. There you go. It's off the foot.
Off the foot of Samson Carter. So now it's time for Alab Pilipinas to go small with Hughes on the bench. You have Carter and Domingo.
They go 2-3 zone again.
2-3 zone.
Inside they go to Howard. There's a foul on the weak side. Oh no, a 3-second call. Second one in the game called against Singapore.
And you know, TJ, that was just about a split second too late for that pass coming from Leon Quet. Howard had good position against Robbie Celis.
Jens Hotel is in the game again. Domingo trying to look back door for keeper. Celis. Pick and roll. Pop for three. That's long, but the big board there by Domingo. And the putback. Right off the bench, right on cue.
12 points in the ball game for Domingo. Leading scorer right now for Alab Pilipinas.
52-41. Carter working hard against Howard, and he gets the offensive foul.
A lot of credit there goes to Samson Carter, jockeying for position, forcing that wayward elbow from Justin Howard.
Second foul there. Alden Howard as you see here again. Look at that right elbow. There, ooh, yeah, you saw that. So you called it a sportsmanlike foul? It is. So it's going to be 2 free throws for ball possession. As it is what they so Howard will be given a breather. Coaching staff making sure they don't want him to lose his cool. And now the cut is down to single digits.
One thing about Samson Carter, not as tall as Justin Howard, but the activity forcing Justin Howard to move his feet, try to jockey for position, instead of just stay in one place and just back him down all the way.
It really got under his skin too, because that was not a sweet move. That was really an elbow to the face of Samson Carter, who spits his free throws. Still a 10-point game, but Alab has ball possession, a chance to cut the lead down to 8 or even 7.
This is the closest that Alab has gotten since the first half.
The point of the offense, Marco, check this out. They've only allowed Singapore to score 5 points in the last 6 minutes. Oh, trying to go fancy there was Urbistondo. But Alab snuffed that one out. Keeper draws another foul. This time
from Delvin Go. That's just a high basketball IQ move there.
Yep. Every time Keeper Avenas touched the ball in the second half, he was on the foul. He was the one who caused this interception as well. He saw that alley-oop being set up by Urbistondo.
And he sold the ball really well there against Delvin Go.
Now for the kids watching out there, sometimes when you drive to the basket, you know you won't find a lane all the way to the basket.
Yeah.
But if you can get a half step ahead of your defender and get him in an awkward position,
and
you
draw the
can draw the foul.
This is on the first free throw though.
Still a 10-point game. Keeper makes the second one, down to 9.
And this is a lot of headway for Alab Pilipinas, especially since we're still in the third quarter.
It's been a 14-5 run here in the third quarter with 6.5 minutes gone by. Great defense more than anything really for Alab Pilipinas. Alexander trying to get away from his 2-3 zone. Long 3 in the corner, no good. For Quet. They go up ahead to Carter and one! Nice pass from the phenom.
And what a forward pass there, right on the money. And nice finish from Samson Carter. Keeper saw him all the way. Timed it perfectly.
Gorgeous pass by Keeper Avenas from half court. Threading the needle there. And it's down to a 7-point game.
Probably the biggest comeback that Alab Pilipinas has mounted here in the ABL.
The missing free throws though has not been much. That's been the one frustration here in the third quarter. If there's any complaint within Alab fans. This is a ball game, kids. Only a 7-point game. Urbistondo to Alexander, who travels. And they are having a headache, Marco, trying to figure out the 2-3 zone.
That is correct. Alab Pilipinas more active on that 2-3 zone, especially on the perimeter. And with Justin Howard on the bench, there is no inside threat for the Singapore Slingers that they can dunk the ball into.
Keeper Avenas given a break by Coach Nakuan. He brings Jericho Walling back in the game.
Crucial stretch here for Alab without James Hughes, without Keeper Avenas.
Celis to Domingo. Carter, pop for 3. That's short. But the effort of Celis forces Del Rigor to tap that out of bounds. Alab with a fresh 14.
And you love the effort from Celis, just trying to keep the ball alive and get them another opportunity.
This combo of Celis and Domingo on the court at the same time so far has done them wonders.
And so far, I think they have not gotten any bit of rest here in the third quarter.
Fair ball though by Kawali off the baseline jumper. Bistondo gets away from Kawali. Out to Ray Wong Long, who's now back in the game with 4 fouls. Urbistondo for a big three-pointer. Singapore needed that one big time.
And you know, Urbistondo does not make a lot of splashes, but timely basket here for the Fireball.
That's a 10-point lead for Singapore. Liddell, Domingo, they go back door to Kawali. Bobbled that one. Almost a turnover. Last touch on Ray Wong Long. Ray Wong Wong. I know that is a
And even checks back into the ball game. Coach McEwan cannot afford to have his playmaker on the bench any longer. So does Coach Neo Beng Shang, sending back Justin Howard, their main option on offense. He's back up to 10 points because of a three-pointer from Urbistondo.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Missed the there by Alab. Kawali tries to give him the foul, and Urbistondo gets away on a 3-on-1 break.
And that's 5 straight points from Josh Urbistondo. Stems the rally of Alab Pilipinas.
Just like that, it's back at 12-point lead for the Singapore Slingers. Coach McEwan sues for time. We'll be back here in SNA. Welcome back to the Baliwag Star Arena in Bulacan, as the fans here have been treated to an exciting second half so far, Marco, with Alab Pilipinas making a big run.
Definitely, but Josh Urbistondo has been the spark here for the Slingers. 5 straight points to bring the lead back up to 12. There's that steal once again, and going hard to the basket for a layup.
Great decision making there by the veteran Phil Am, Josh Urbistondo. Back to 12-point lead for the Slingers. Ravena gets the screen from Carter. He gets a switch. He's got Tweck. He's got foot speed on him. Out to Liddell for the corner 3. That looks short. And gets in though.
That's a big shot there. A big confidence boost as well for Jens Liddell.
Big one needed there by Alab, down to 9, 57-48. Again, that was a play created by Kiko Ravena.
Alab now switches back to a man-to-man.
Urbistondo, Ray Long Wong. Alexander coming out the screens. Tough shot there, blocked by 2 Alab players. To Tweck in the corner. That's another air ball. It's the side of the board. Almost a 24-second violation, but a good defensive stop nonetheless by Alab. They're down by 9. Kiefer for a big 3. Kiefer makes it a 6-point game.
I was about to say, big possession for Alab Pilipinas.
And another timeout. Wow. What a game of runs here in the third quarter. Kiefer with the assist to Liddell for the booming corner 3. And on the other side, taking it from way down. Keeper Ravena, nothing but net. It's a 6-point game. We'll be back here on SNA. What a quick answer by Alab Pilipinas with 6 straight points on back-to-back threes. And don't look now, another steal. Ravenna pulls up for 3. That's off. Big board by Howard, not allowing the second possession for Alab Pilipinas, who has 22 big points in this quarter. But more importantly, Marco, holding down Singapore's only 10 so far.
That's the big thing there, PJ. The defense of Alab Pilipinas has really stifled the Singapore Slingers.
Howard goes inside against Hughes, gets blocked again, but the refs call a foul as the whole gym begging for another traveling call.
Here's that move once again.
Stops there, his left hip is his pivot foot, so the right actually. There's some body contact, and James says, I got mostly ball.
That's going to be the 3rd personal foul on James Hughes.
Well, you know, he's been a quiet hero in this game.
Oh, yes.
With the defense he's done on Howard. Bad on the board.
He's got 6 points, just 6 points, but 12 rebounds, a steal and a block. As Justin Howard makes it a 7-point advantage for the Slingers. But I think the key here, DJ, is they were able to bring it down to less than 10 points. That's a big psychological barrier here for the white shirts.
31 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. Singapore with some pressure in the backcourt. Carter against Alexander. Sends it back to Hobalden. Shot clock is down to 11. Kiefer now gets it. Difference of 6 seconds in the game clock shot clock. Kiefer gets away from Bristondo to the cutting Domingo. Flips it up. No good.
Lost his footing there.
Bristondo trying to beat the buzzer here against Carter. He is blocked. Clean block there by Samson Carter.
Ball's going to go to Singapore Slingers. Samson Carter initially thought he was going to be called for the foul. That's great defense from Carter.
I agree. He went straight up. Good 2-hand block there. Samson Carter. 3.1 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And if you're Alab, you want to stop here. You don't want to go in the 4th quarter down by 10. Because as you said, psychologically, that's only single digits.
And Alab has to be careful of Justin Howard here, sneaking into the paint or barging his way there against the smaller Jovet Mendoza.
Mendoza in the game to keep it Ravenna to avoid him picking up his 4th foul.
Here's the dive.
We got to go upstairs to Howard. He goes up, he gets fouled by the much shorter Jovet Mendoza and Samson Carter.
That was the play that they really wanted. Howard setting the screens and then being the last man to dive to the basket. Very little that Mendoza should do against the 7-footer.
That's all they need to do is clear the space and get the lob over him. Hey, this free throw by Howard, so still potentially a single-digit deficit only that Alab Pilipinas will be looking at. They're down by 9. Dennis will throw this one to the other side, and a good job by Alab Pilipinas to cut down that 18-point lead in half. It is only 9 with 10 minutes to go. Can they come back? Will they have enough in the tank? We'll find out when we come back here on SNA. Welcome back to the Baliwag Star Arena in Bulacan as we take a look at some of the sites here. That's the Glorieta Park and as well the parish of St. Augustine here in Baliwag, Bulacan. And we want to thank again the warm for the people of Bulacan, or Baliwag, Bulacan specifically, for the warm welcome. Welcome back to the ABL as they are hosting Alab Pilipinas once again in this do-or-die game, as Kiefer Avena and the rest of Alab Pilipinas trying to stay alive and force a game number 3 in this best of 3 semifinals. Final 10 minutes of this game. Will it be the final 10 minutes of the season for Alab Pilipinas? Here we go.
Very important is how Alab starts this quarter out. You don't want to give Singapore the chance to raise his lead back up to about 15 points, because then it's going to be an uphill climb for the rest of the quarter.
Alexander with a step-back jumper against Domingo there. Go back up to 11. Celis. First some cutters to pop out. Ubalde. Ravena's coming around some screens. Domingo begging for the ball. He's got the mismatch. Celis trying to draw some contact. Bobble on the rebound. And the ever hard-working Domingo gets it. And 2 points for him.
Just not giving up on the play is Lawrence Domingo. Tied with Kiefer now for scoring leader for Alab Pilipinas with 14.
Weck went baseline quickly there against Celis. He draws a foul. That is on Celis' first foul.
Alexander has proven to be a thorn on the side of Alab Pilipinas. 18 points in the ball game.
Long, almost getting away with the travel there. And he gets the layup to drop. The former MVP. Send you over now to Martin Javier for another report from the sidelines. Martin, what happened there at the benches?
Yes, TJ, for Coach Neo Bengxiang and the Singapore Slingers, he just wants them to stick to their game plan and continue executing on defense for them to secure this win. He also reminded his players to not get complacent and play until the end. Now on the other side of the fence, for all the Filipinas, they have to, it's going to be all about heart for them. Coach Nakuan wants them to finish hard and finish strong, as they need another quarter as big as the third for them to be able to maintain this momentum. Now he also wants them to run, attack, and continue putting pressure on the defense here in the fourth quarter. Back to you, TJ Marco.
All right, thanks for the update, Martin. It's crunch time now, Marco,
yes.
on the fourth quarter. Both squads are hungry for this win. Alexander swings it out to way long wall. Big three-pointer, 5 quick points for the former MVP.
And this is the Singapore Slingers that everybody knows. Timely baskets, great execution, and forcing turnovers for Alab Pilipinas.
They want to look to Domingo. He's begging for the ball because he got a mismatch there. Ubalde pulls up. 16-foot jumper is long. Will be Storm quick to the rebound.
Alab settling for jumpers.
Will be Storm zigzagging around the defense. Sets up quick. Open jumper from 12 feet is good. Coach Nakuan presses the panic button once again. Quick timeout as he sees the lead balloon to 16 points. We're taking a break here. We'll be back on SNA. We're in the middle of a 7-0 run to start this fourth quarter, Marco, with the Singapore Slingers showing their veteran experience here.
That's what happens to you. You just lose your focus for a couple of possessions, back-to-back mistakes by Alab Pilipinas. All of a sudden, they're staring at a 16-point deficit. It was down to 9 at the end of that third quarter. That just goes to show you the veteran smarts of Singapore and, of course, their firepower.
Well, let's see how Alab can respond once again. He did a good job earlier off another timeout with that 6 quick points. Goes away from the screen, goes around Howard. Follow slam by Hughes.
Gotta make a stop on this end though.
FIBA rules. You get slam that ball home once the ball hits the ring, just to make sure. Orbistondo gets a screen, pops for three from the corner. Difficult shot, big basket there for Josh Orbistondo.
And patiently just running their offense are the Singapore Slingers. Just picking their spots.
Back to a 17-point lead. 7 minutes to go. Pick and roll with Celis and Domingo. Do they have enough gas left in their hustle tank? Let's put it that way, because they were the energy spark in the third quarter.
There's that tip dunk from James Hughes after Kiefer Avena drew the contact from Justin Howard. But that's right, that's a good point, EJ. Whether Domingo and Celis, as Celis goes back to the bench in favor of Samson Carter, whether they have the energy to mount another comeback here.
Well, they are the energy players of Alab, but they don't do it for long stretches. Kiefer's jump hook is off. Quick tap by Kiefer there to keep the possession alive. It goes up there.
6:47 remaining, so if Alab wants to come back into this, they have to make a run now.
Steal by Alexander. Up ahead to Orbistondo. He is gone. And you can hear a pin drop in the Baliwag Star Arenas. Fans suddenly have gone silent.
And they're just doing it on defense, possession by possession, both defensively and offensively. Talking about the Singapore Slingers.
Looks like they just turned on the switch here in the fourth quarter. Totally different ball club in that third quarter. Kiefer brings it out to Liddell. Drives, gets some contact and the foul on the big man of Singapore.
Kiefer and Jens Liddell still not giving up. There's a steal coming from Xavier Alexander.
Turnover is really affecting Alab Pilipinas here in the fourth quarter so far.
That's true.
And they've been live ball turnovers, Marco.
Automatic 2 points on the other end.
First free throw for Liddell missing. Splits his free throws. 18-point lead. Fans here still cheering on Alab Pilipinas. Wong takes off the D, gets inside, draws the foul, doesn't like the contact against Liddell. Admittedly gives up, making sure there's no 3-point play.
That's a beauty foul there on the part of Jens Liddell. Oh, that's...
Josh Orbistondo asking the ref
Yeah.
for an unsportsmanlike foul.
Referee did not catch that. That was right to the head of Wong Long.
Howard got called for the unsportsmanlike foul with the elbow to Carter earlier. That could have been a similar penalty.
So there was really valid reason for Wei Long to react that way.
Orbistondo with a quick two-man game there, the inbound. His three-pointers way off. Kiefer Avena gets away. But Hughes once again with the follow slam.
And you love the effort of James Hughes, still not giving up on this, going after every offensive rebound.
16-point game, 74-58, 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
Mathematically still possible, but it's going to take a lot here for Alab Pilipinas.
Alexander, back out to Orbistondo. Long, gets inside, big block there, and a 24-second violation.
24 seconds shot clock violation.
Back-to-back big plays by James Hughes, the follow slam and the block.
Almost a clear path to the basket for Wong Wei Long.
Let's see if the energy plays of James Hughes can spark something here for Alab Pilipinas. They're down by 16. They look fast though right now.
Oh yes.
Looking at Alab, they're just
A lot of bodies standing around.
a year slower than they were in the third quarter. Carter, top move there in the paint, in traffic. Did not get anywhere near the basket. Orbistondo says, let's slow things down. We've got the big lead. We've got time on our hands.
2-3 zone for the white shirts.
Wong wide open for three. That's off. Domingo, great box out there on Howard. And he draws a foul on Howard. That's a fourth personal foul on the big man. That's an interesting development.
Just the third team foul though for Singapore Slingers. There's a box out play. Good position there from Lawrence Domingo.
By Domingo to engage Howard in some locking of arms. eventually, since he had position on the ball, foul is on Howard.
And Robbie Celis checks in for Kiefer Avena. You can be sure it's going to be a quick blow there for Kiefer.
Yep. Liddell gets by Wong. Out to Carter for a three-pointer. They need this one. That is short and sharp and flat.
And Urbistondo continues to push, probe the defense, and then kick it back out.
Being sure not to make any mistakes, but also trying to see if there are some lapses in the defensive Alab. Score. Tries to get away from Domingo. That is an offensive foul. There's some defensive efforts working so far for Alab.
Back-to-back good defensive stops there, courtesy of Lawrence Domingo. But Alab definitely needs a basket on this possession.
And Kiefer Avena quickly back in the game. He gives Carter a foul.
Full court pressure for Singapore.
Waiting for Liddell to come across the timeline. 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Down by 16 points.
And Coach Neo has put Xavier Alexander on the Alab #1 scorer.
That's an interesting matchup there. Waiting for the fourth quarter to do that. Domingo gets blocked by Desmond Go. He's going to try once again. Gets it off.
There's a fourth shot there from Lawrence Domingo. Singapore is going to be content just milking this clock.
They're going to kill time as much as they can. Wong. He has been instrumental here in the second half. The fact that he got foul trouble and everything.
Yeah. 13 foul for Alab Pilipinas, so not yet in the penalty. Coach Mantuan sending in his shooter in Val Acuna, but has not seen a lot of action today.
In and out in this game. 15 minutes. Let's see if he can spark something. Wong gets an open shot. Rebound battle goes to Acuna.
Gotta push if you're Alab.
Can't waste too much time. Kiefer drives hard. Goes up over Delvin Goal. 74-60.
Gotta put some pressure on the ball handler if you're Alab Pilipinas.
Still a 2-3 zone here for Alab Pilipinas. Go inside to Howard. He's got 4 fouls. They find Alexander. He gets fouled by Celis. Big ball movement there, Marco, for Singapore Slingers. And he's going to get away there for the defense. Get that tough over off the glass. There's the foul by Celis. Send Alexander to the free throw line.
Now the great cut coming from Xavier Alexander and the familiarity between the two world imports of Singapore.
And the patience, between Wei-Long Wong, Howard, Alexander. They're not panicking. These are the veterans of Singapore. You see some people, some of the fans, unfortunately, have made their minds up in this game. They're going to be on the exits. First free throw is good for Alexander.
Alab's going to have to put some shots in a hurry and then force turnovers on the other end. Expect them to put on that full court press of theirs. But I think the turning point is, or the crucial point here was when Singapore, courtesy of Urbistondo, racked up 5 straight points. And then all of a sudden they were down by 16.
Split from the stripe there for Alexander. Kiefer Avena trying to do things on his own here. Domingo with the putback. 13-point game. 2:48 to go. Some pressure here by Alab. Quick. Out to Alexander on the right side. Singapore is taking their time. Quick. 17-foot jumper. That's short. Urbistondo could not get the rebound. Out to Celis. Celis. Difficult layup attempt against Alexander. He's begging for a foul.
Urbistondo wisely.
Now Urbistondo pops for 3. That's big. That is big there.
Possibly the nail on the coffin.
Domingo's all over the referee. Claiming that he intentionally, I think he was trying to say he was fouling Alexander already. and the refs weren't calling it. Now the coaching staff have to cool down.
Cool down, yes.
And we'll take a quick break. We'll sort things out when we come back. It's still a 16-point lead for the Slingers with 2:11 to go. With 2:11 to go, Singapore Slingers up by 16 points. They are 2 minutes and 11 seconds away from making the trip back to the ABL Finals.
And Singapore still putting up full court pressure here.
As if they're one stopping.
Yeah.
They're not being complacent whatsoever. Martin reported to us earlier that is exactly the orders of Coach Neil Bengxia.
And you know, TJ, the thing about the Singapore defense is it's not suffocating, unlike the, let's say, Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, but their defense is solid enough. But when you make a mistake, they're going to pick you off for that turnover.
Yeah, did not get the shooter's bounce on that three-pointer. They ran a good play to get him a shot.
And Orbis Tondo is going to settle his troops. They're going to get it to Wei Wong Long, who is arguably their best free throw shooter.
Wong to Alexander, drives hard against Domingo, asks him for a foul, gets another basket there, 18-point lead. As Alab Pilipinas seeing the second stick away to their season. Domingo draws a foul from Quet.
And that's going to send Domingo to the free throw strike. But he is about a 50 or 60%. Well, correct that. He's about a 39% free throw shooter. Paulo Baguer checking the ball game for some backcourt pressure.
What we said is take a rest. And just take note that Ray Park Jr. did not play a single minute in this game. We're not sure the status of that sprained ankle, and apparently
it was more serious than we thought.
As well as Derek Fortuna, clearly Alab Pilipinas not at 100% in terms of the availability of all the players. Robaldo gives up a foul against Urbisondo, down by 16 points.
Josh Urbisondo. Actually, he's a 100% shooter so far.
He's only played 6 games.
Yeah.
Came in late in the season for the Slingers.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Prior to this game, he was 100%. Right now, he's at 50%.
For today.
For today.
Sanders, Domingo. More of the battle they had in this series.
And what a pickup here for the Singapore Slingers.
Yeah.
Talking about Josh Urbistondo.
What a boost for them here, right in time for the playoffs. 2 free throws are good, 18-point lead.
And especially DJ, if they, assuming that Hong Kong is able to wrap up their series against the Saigon Heat on Saturday, Urbistondo will be very valuable against that Hong Kong pressure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, that other series was a demolition job by the #1 team against the Saigon Heat.
40-point.
Huge 40-point win. Urbistondo has to beat the shot clock buzzer here. Big ball by Desmond. 37 seconds to go. You know, give it a moment, Marco. A gallant stand for Alab Pilipinas. Not just in this game, but in this season. Remember, this is a team that was put together a little late before the season started. Not ideal, but they came with the best.
That's true.
The management, and the coaching staff, to the players involved. They really gutted it out, game in, game out.
And you know, their world imports, James Hughes, Samson Carter, were not their original picks. It was the Lee brothers. And then there are a lot of ifs here, DJ. If they had gotten the world imports, Carter and Hughes probably earlier, maybe if they'd got it Kiefer Avena a little bit earlier. The difference in the record, a couple of wins, because they finished at 11-9. Singapore was at 13-7. Those couple of wins would have made a big difference, especially in the seeding.
Absolutely, but nonetheless, a lot of growing up, put it that way, for the rookie team in the ABL for this season. They made the semifinals, fought hard in 2 hard-fought ball games in the semis, and the fans showed their appreciation here to both the Singapore Slingers and the Alab Pilipinas. They put on a great show tonight and a great effort this season. Maybe not the results they wanted for Alab Pilipinas, but you can't fault them for trying their best, really, with Coach Macuan at the helm. Charlie D and Don de Monteverde as leading the team in team management. Ray Parks, Kiefer Avena, the rest of the veterans on this squad. It'll be fun to see them come back next year.
Yes, definitely something to look forward to. And the Singapore Slingers, a lot of credit to these guys, playing very mature, and they secure their spot in the ABL finals.
We'll be coming back to wrap this thing up with some final stats and some interviews as well. Stick around here on SNA. That's your final score, folks. 82-64 and 2-0 in the series, in this best of 3 series, as the Singapore Slingers sweep Alab Pilipinas. They have their final huddle at center court, a final prayer, a final thank you to the local fans here at the Baliwag Star Arena. Much appreciation from the squad for the great support by the local fans. But it is the Singapore Slingers who will be going on to the ABL finals, and big boost by the player of the game, as he is with Martin Javier right now. We'll be turning it over to him with Josh Urbistondo. Martin?
Yes, TJ, I'm here with the Fireball, Josh Urbistondo. Now, Josh, congratulations, by the way. You guys are back in the finals. And my first question is, how are you guys able to recover and take control of this game? Because they had mini runs in the 3rd and the 4th.
Yeah, I mean, I know how, crazy Filipinos are about basketball. And, they got the crowd going. They're very passionate about Alab, but, our key was just to stay within ourselves, not give up, and just continue to just string together stops. That was our main thing. Offense didn't have a problem, but we just weren't getting stops, getting back on transition. So they went on a run, but luckily we got some stops, we got some crucial baskets, and then we came out with a victory.
All right, Josh, again, you guys are back in the finals, so what can we expect from the Singapore Slingers this time around?
Oh yeah, well last year, I'm aware they lost game 5, but we're just gonna take game at a time. We're gonna go home, get back to the drawing board, and just try to focus on the series. The series, they still got a game 2 to go, Hong Kong and Saigon. Anything can happen, and hopefully they go game 3 so we can rest a little bit. But yeah, we're just gonna watch both of those teams and try to see what we can do. Try to stick to what we do. Whoever we're playing in the finals, just try to execute defensively, offensively, and what we do, stick to our system, and then I think we'll be fine.
All right, Josh, this is your opportunity to invite everyone, your fans, to watch your games, especially going into the finals against whoever wins between Hong Kong and Saigon.
All the fans in Singapore and all the Filipino fans, please come out. I know you guys were there last game. Continue to come out and support us. Hopefully we take take home the first championship. And these two right here are my inspiration. My wife watching, Alexis, and the family, the brotherhood, Joe, Monica, Scott, everybody. You know, they came out to watch me. It was such a blessing to play in front of the family and friends. And these are my inspiration. I'm first time away from my family, you know, overseas, and it's just an inspiration to play in front of them. And yeah. So it's special. It's a special moment, and it's not over. We got to win a championship, and I'm just happy to be in the finals again. It's been a while since I've been in the finals in the PBA.
All right, thank you so much, Josh, and again, congratulations. Along with that is Josh Urbisondo, by the way, along with his kids, Celeste and Hayden's. Back to you, TJ and Marco.
All right, thanks, Martin, and good. Congrats as well again to Josh Urbistondo. He's going to be a crucial piece.
Oh yes.
For the Singapore Slingers as they want to redeem themselves from losing the championship last year in Game 5 of the finals.
That's correct, and you know he was very crucial in this ball game. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, just 1 turnover, and it was that run keyed by Urbistondo where he scored 5 points to start the 4th quarter that really broke the backs of the Alab Pilipinas. From a 9-point advantage, it went all the way up to 16, and Alab was not able to recover until the end of the game.
Well, he scored 20 points, but it seemed like his contribution was way more than that for the Slingers throughout this ball game. All right, that'll do it for us from here in the Baliwag Star Arena. On behalf of Martin Javier, Marco Benitez, I'm TJ Manotok saying thank you so much for joining us tonight, but do stick around for more ABL basketball. We'll be having game number 2 of the Hong Kong Isunlong Lions against the Saigon Heat in a couple of days, and as well as the finals, who will be going up against the Singapore Slingers. Will it be Hong Kong? Will it be Saigon? But nonetheless, it'll be an exciting one, and we want you to catch all that action right here on SNA. So we'll see you around for more of your ASEAN Basketball League.